Hi folks, I'm here with Symfata from Oost-Vlaanderen, Belgium. Very nice concert here at Hell. Maybe it's better you present yourself member by member, so first name and function in the band, and take the mic.
Hello, Ronald, guitar player from Symfata.
I am Hannelore, I'm one of the two singers.
Hello, my name is David and I'm the drummer of the band.
I saw a very great concert. I'm honestly maybe the one I was really waiting for tonight, because the three main bands I saw many times before. So you and one or two other bands were really the reason for me I came here, honestly. What do you think yourself about your concerts? Maybe one or two of you can answer.
Well, it's a great time here in Café Hell. Finally happy to be here, because we had some more dates so we could play here, but with Corona and other lots of difficulties, the gigs were postponed. And finally this evening we are here. Great show, great evening, great opportunity to play with some other bands too. So fun.
Because it was such a long time ago, we just really went for the fun, and I guess we had a lot of it. Yeah.
But it was not only fun, it sounded really great too. If it would sounded shit, I would tell you also, but it sounded really great. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Biography of the band. When did you start? From which band did you evolve? Because you told me some band before. And well, what's the evolution of the band?
Well, David the drummer and I, we know each other from a very, very long time. We played before in the 90s, and we started in the year 2000 with a project. We called ourselves Angel and Twilight. We started with two female singers, sopranos, and we were really like to play some styles like Angel and Twilight with influences as Camelot, Rhapsody, because we both like music in great tempo, a bit speed metal, heavy metal, with female fronted voices, and it's starting to get real intense, and we enjoy ourselves. We had some changes in lineup, different female singers, different bass player, also another keyboard player, and for now on we are in a great lineup, one of the best we ever had.
Yeah, when I saw you live, I think all of you are equal. And then the things that come out that makes the difference with other bands, it's the two singers, two female singers that match and have some differences that gives a good vibe together, and like a very good symphonic part in the band, and you others joining it in a perfect way. That's my opinion. What are your influences as bands? So which bands, you mentioned them already? Maybe you can add something or whatever.
Well, Nightwish, Rhapsody, Camelot, and also like After Forever, Epica is for us bands we look up, and it's great to influence those things in our own music. Personal, I'm a bit a thrasher in my bones, but with the drums, more heavy metal, and with lots of symphonic keys, we manage to give an own sound. We don't want to sound like any other bands. We just want to play our own sound, our own music. We don't want to play covers. We just make our own music. That's it.
That's a very good plan. For each one of you personally, what are your personal influences as musician, so as your function in the band?
As a thrasher, I have one of my first albums was Metallica Master of Puppets, Megadeth, Countdown to Extinction, always good music. And from the 80s, Testament, The Legacy. That's my great music.
Personally, for me, one of my biggest influences that started for me was Tarja from Nightwish. When I heard her sing, I was like, whoa, I want to sing like that as well. But also Floor, back in the days from After Forever, and now, of course, the latest singer from Nightwish. She's so versatile. She's one of the best singers I know. Actually, she can do everything. She has like this range. It's unbelievable. She's the best. She really is the best. Okay. Yeah. Stole your answer.
Your next influence. So, yeah, of course, my influences were in the beginning was Camelot a lot, and I listened to Rhapsody of Fire. They call themselves now. So it was very epic, bombastic speed metal. And I used some influences, for instance, the song Chosen One is kind of related to that song, to that type of music. For others, Nightwish is my biggest influence these days. Also Epica, as long as it's melodic, symphonic, then it's something for me.
You already mentioned your 3 albums. Maybe you both can also mention your 3 favorite albums all time. Try it. Please try it.
To name an album from Nightwish is like maybe once. From After Forever, it's very difficult to say because they broke up a really long time ago. So like all the albums, I would say. Yeah, I only have two albums I can say right now. So yeah.
Well, I'm quite a big fan also from metal operas, as you know, perhaps from Arion. So there are a few albums I really like from him. For instance, The Electric Castle is very good. The Universal Migrator, fantastic album. And also Camelot, one of my favorites is, what's it called? Epica, I think it's called. Isn't it? Epica? I think it's called Epica, yeah. It's been a long time since I listened to that. Maybe I'm gonna have to go back to it again. And of course, plenty of Nightwish. Not all of it, because not the entire albums are fantastic, except for the last one. Human Nature, that's a masterpiece.
And you forget to mention Devin Townsend.
Yeah. Oh, Devin Townsend, sometimes.
I will mention mine. I said I'm gonna be sporty. I will tell reason I started to listen to music is Stray Cats. The first album is crazy with the Runaway Boys. Second, Black Coat of Scorpions. Very great album. Third one, the very first one I bought on vinyl is Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. It's a cool one. It's too easy, but yeah, it's so good. Classics stay good. You have something to add, like near future plans, something you're gonna record, or some important gig or some important festival you're gonna have end of this year or next year, or you would like to be on it?
Well, we have a few gigs for the future. Rocking Tals next year in November, I suppose, September, I suppose. And perhaps we could, because we have more and more questions about it, record some stuff and get it on a CD or some digital stuff. And maybe we could arrange some T-shirts and so we can have some merchandising. Like, it could even be more fun.
Future plans?
Future plans, just keep going.
Just stay as we are now. Let's hope that our lineup now can last a few years, and we can have some gigs. The gigs is the main thing at the moment. So maybe with this concert, we opened a few doors, and the gigs will come, and from there we will see what will happen.
Yeah, what do you think about this concept here, like a Halloween Gothic night with many bands, a bit different in style, but okay.
Well, I think it's a very good concept because there are not so many bands who have female singers. So I think it's very good that this concept is like all bands with female singers. So just to highlight it, that it's not because we are female singers that it can be heavy or something like that. So I'm very glad that they organized something like that, and we are very glad that we could take part of it. Yeah.
I will add something. Since you're from Oost-Flanders,